Is buying a house for you? We grew up thinking the American dream was owning property, owning your own land, owning your own house, having your own home, having your own privacy. A lot of us, at least here in the US, the American dream is owning a property, owning a home. At least that's what we've been told. Our society has changed quite a bit. I would say sometimes owning a home isn't a priority for people anymore. So let's talk about if owning a property is for you at this point. So we're going to talk about renting and buying and what you're really paying for. So let's say you're renting right now. You're paying that money in rents. That money, you're not buying anything with it. It's gone, right? After you pay your rent, it's basically that money disappears. What you're really paying for is flexibility. So that rent that you're paying every single month, while you're not buying an asset, you're not buying a place, a property that you can say it's yours, what you're buying is flexibility. You're buying choice. You're buying options. Let's say you want to move in a year. Let's say you want to live in a different location. Let's say money isn't really a big concern for you, but what is a concern is having choice to move around, having choice to stay in one spot for not too long, having choice to not have to take care of a home or maintenance or whatever. What you're really paying for with rent is flexibility. Now, when it comes to owning a home, what you're really paying for is stability. Renting is flexibility. With the home, you're buying stability. Here's the thing, you're unless you inherit a house or you're living with family, you're going to have to pay for housing either way. So that you everybody needs a place to live. So you're going to need to pay for housing. Now, what are you going to want to pay for? Do you want to pay for flexibility or do you want to pay for stability? If you know you're going to be staying in a spot for years down the road, 5, 10, 15, whatever it is, I would say at least 5 years. If you know you're going to be in a spot for at least 5 years, typically people would opt in to buy stability. I don't like to say owning a home is like owning an asset because technically, if you have an asset, it pays you. But we're going to be talking long term. And in this case, when you pay for your mortgage, sure, you're paying for it. But when you go and sell the property, that money that you spent on the house, you're going to get back and then some. So in this case, we're going to call that an asset. So you can choose to pay for flexibility. You don't really have anything concrete for it, but you have choice, you have options, you have flexibility. Or you pay for stability. You have a place that you can call yours. You have a place that you can rely on long term to give you some financial flexibility later on. Maybe you want to buy another property, maybe you want to buy a bigger place, maybe you want to buy a rental, maybe you want to invest. Maybe you just want to have a house for yourself that you can pay off and you don't have to worry about paying anybody for a property. So, what do you want to pay for? Do you want to pay for flexibility or do you want to pay for stability? So that's the question you want to ask yourself if you're thinking about maybe I want to rent, maybe I want to buy, what should I do? How long are you going to be here in this area? What do you want for long term? And what matters more for you? Does flexibility matter more or does stability matter more for you? So that's a question you have to ask for yourself. The American dream isn't very concrete these days where everybody needs to buy a house. It's not for everybody. Owning a car isn't for everybody anymore. A lot of people lease cars, especially if you're in your city, people Uber. Maybe now a lot of people just rent more. Especially here in the Chicagoland area when you have the city and the suburbs. A lot of times people want to move to the city for the lifestyle. Maybe people want to move back to the suburbs for one reason or another. It really depends on what your goals are and what you ideally want in your life. So hopefully this was helpful. We're here going live on Chris's Corner every Monday. It's going to be a hot week this week, so hopefully you're ready for it and you're going to enjoy the Monday and the summer season while it's here because September school season is starting, which means the fall is around the corner. So hopefully you have a good Monday. If you have any questions about what we talked about, any other questions about what tips you want us to go over, send us a message and we'll be happy to answer you or go on it next week, on next Monday on Chris's Corner. Otherwise, have an awesome week and hopefully you enjoy the day.